Hey, how's it going? So, I wanted to kick this week off, giving you guys quick little insight into what I think each pair might be doing this week and highlighting the ones that we want to keep looking at, digging into. So, let's get this started without further ado. Don't really know on a long-term basis what's about to happen with the USD JPY. Y'all know that this is a personal favorite for me. But this level that was established, so we had a low here, a big drop off. I'm gonna go ahead and draw in the fib level. I think I already did here. Yeah, I did. So we drew in the fib here. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know what's happening with this in the short term. We're kind of sideways. I'm going to keep watching this. Let's see what's happening here. We've been pretty bearish, kind of stair stepping down for a while now. And it looks like we might keep doing that. We are overextended on this one as well. Go ahead and watch this. And this one is due for a new fib. So let's draw this fib in right here. Kind of see what's going to happen. We might pull back into this area. So I'll go ahead and watch this. So all the pairs getting watched. This one off the strength of the higher time frames. And really, honestly, I try to pick ones that I want to watch for the week based on higher time frames, to be honest. And the reason for that is I don't want to get too deep into timing early on. I really just want to kind of look for blaringly obvious trends and transitions and that type of thing. I think it gets a lot easier to just trade based on timing when you've already got a pretty good idea as to if the pair is due to move or not. Excuse me. We got the weekly and NZD USD. We are in position to kind of rebound off of that 50 EMA on the weekly chart. Daily, looks like we've been climbing for the past couple days, and I did have an entry to the upside a couple days ago. So, yeah, probably need to watch this and kind of see what's going to happen here. So this is contradictory. The previous position is contradictory to what I'm seeing on the weekly chart, which can be really interesting to see how that actually ends up playing out. But maybe it just says, hey, I need to go ahead and get out of this short-term position pretty soon here. Take my little profits so far. It looks like about 1%. Yeah, and get out. So get out right around where we're at. That's how that would play. Um, yeah, that's exactly how that would play out if we really wanted to show it. So there you go. Nzd JPY. Looks like we're coming up on a fib level pretty soon. It's a very clean play. Very clean price action. Beautiful candles. I can watch this one too. So, and one of the things you want to avoid is you don't want to. I want to try to watch all 28 pairs. I'm just going to go ahead and say that and admit that. And the reason is more for practice rather than, you know, actually put it on trades. And what I mean by that is it's just a good look to understand where things are and what pairs are doing and why you're not trading, just as much as it is good to understand why you trade. So why you're not doing something is also valuable. Nzd Chf, and as soon as I say that, we got Nzd Chf, which is just not really giving us anything here. We might get stuffed on a longer time frame. It's not really giving me anything here. No real reason to trade that. So this is interesting because Nzd CAD, if you remember yesterday or last week, this was one of my favorite pairs. It was beautiful. This setup, this breakdown was beautiful, and I thought we were about to climb right down into where we needed to, but instead we had Friday. We had a huge candle that broke the trend line actually on the daily, so that was a sign to get out. And now we're trying to see what's going to end up happening here. But yes, I do want to watch this and kind of see what happens here because I expected it to drop down, rebound, bounce down. It still might do that, but the signal to get out of this trade and go ahead and take your loss was this closing the way it did. So if I'm in this position right now, I'm out. I'm not waiting to see what happens. I'm going ahead and get out, take my little loss. This isn't a full loss of 1%. It's maybe half of that. So 0.5% is what you end up losing here. And this being able to take your losses in this way is super important. Because we don't have any evidence that it's going to drop off, and we don't have any evidence it's going to go crazy, but we can at least kind of get out whenever it did not do immediately what we're trying to get it to do here. This is why timing is important. This is why you time your trades, is because there's always going to be this game that you're playing. You're trying to find this balance between understanding when the move is going to happen, what direction it's going in, and when it's going to happen. This looks like I have a direction predicted pretty accurately, pretty strongly. Not accurate, I wouldn't say accurate, but strongly. And it just didn't go. It didn't drop the way I wanted to. And I accept that. Accept that fully. But with that, I need to accept this loss and then wait for an entry if it does end up going down the direction I think it's still going to go. But I don't. No, you don't sit here and hope and pray that it drops into range. That's how I deal with losses. I set these rules for myself. So I would have gotten out of there and took that loss. Okay. Keep watching that. GBP USD. This looks like it is rounding the corner. We got a double bottom here. 1, 2 on the MACD. You see that? And yeah, it just looks like it's about to head up. It broke Friday. It broke the 50 EMA on the daily chart. So that's a good sign. GBP NZD looks like we bounced right off of extended level. We're a little bit sideways now, having a hard time breaking through the 50 EMA on the daily chart. A little sideways. Been a little sideways for about a month. A month's worth of bars. So yeah, I'm not too interested in this. GBP JPY, I think this one's going to round the corner too. We got 2 greens in a row on the weekly. Yeah, I'll watch this one. GBP CHF. Probably not going to watch this because it's a CHF pair, and I hate CHF because the price action is not beautiful and smooth. But this 50 EMA being crossed right now on the daily chart, I want to watch that and try to see if it commits all the way. GBP CAD, let's see here. Monthly. Weekly. And a daily. It looks like we've been just ping-ponging back and forth in this channel for a while. And what I mean by the channel is this yellow line, pretty much approximately, and this gray line, just in between there. But it's slightly pointed upwards. Let me draw this in, stop being lazy. Go ahead and draw this in. That channel looks something like this, pretty much. So maybe we go up again. Maybe we're going up right now. I don't know. I don't really have a trade that fits this type of pattern, but it's interesting. It's probably worth watching. Let's see on the 4-hour what that looks like. 4-hour looks like we broke today. We broke no, not today. Friday we broke the 50 EMA on the 4-hour, which is a key for intraday. Excuse me. And we might be going bullish. I'll watch it for research purposes. Just kind of seeing. This is how you get started with back testing. Is you have certain things you're going to watch, and then you identify it. So what I like to do is take a screenshot. So on a Mac, it's Command Shift 3, and you'll just screenshot your screen. Then I take that screenshot and I drop it into notes. Whatever note provider you use. I use Evernote, I use Bear, just something free. You drop it in there and then you analyze it. And you say, okay, so for GBP CAD, I could call this the ping pong pattern. Whatever. It doesn't matter, man. It's a channel is what it is, but I can name each one of my strategies. I like to do that personally. It just is what it is. But yeah, I would look for more instances of charts that look like this and then be able to predict the outcome based on getting in a certain area. And then I drill into this. This is the daily. I drill into maybe the 1 hour or like the 15-minute, 5-minute, whatever, and come up with an entry criteria. How does the entry look whenever you're entering a channel, ping pong channel like this? And, kind of go from there. And that's where the hard work is, because trading is easy. It really is. You're just kind of looking for setups that meet your criteria. But the problem that most of us have, myself included, when you first get started, you don't have a criteria for an entry. You just have different ideas, different indicators you want to try out, different things that you've heard about. And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to try this, but you only understand half the theory. You only understand that you're supposed to get in when the lines cross, but you don't understand your entry. You don't understand your stop loss. You don't understand your risk management. And maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I didn't have any of those things in place. Entry, exit, or risk management. I did have indicators early on. I did have direction, kind of predictions, and things in place for that part, but that's just a very, very small part of trading. And I think whenever you're getting started, understanding your criteria for a trade the entirety of the trade, from understanding the daily prediction, or the time, the higher time, like long-term prediction, the short-term prediction, um, the entry, the exit, and also risk management. Okay, so there's a lot of different moving parts. You want to be able to at least understand that you should be watching. Okay, back to where we were. AUD. I wonder if I took this up. No, I was trying to take it down. Interesting. I think I said something about this being a short-term play, if I wasn't mistaken. Y'all hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. But I'm pretty sure I thought this was going to be I played this as a shorter term play. Yeah, we're trying to climb right up out of here. This was the turnaround. We're trying to climb right up out of here. So I'd aim. We're at a key area, so see if it breaks through here, and then I'd aim here. The 618. Basic, easy. As far as the setup goes, basic and easy. Yeah. Euro USD. Looks like we are turning around, and I do look forward to that. And we're beyond this week. Last week we broke beyond the 50 EMA, so that's a good sign. MACD looks good, looks bullish. Yeah, I'll go for this. Even though I don't particularly like the euro pairs. And when I say I don't like a pair, it's because the price action isn't as clean for me or predictable for me, which is fine. I still want to watch it. I still want to understand why I don't like it, right? When I understand why I don't like it, and then I decide not to trade it, at least I have a firm understanding as to why it doesn't work for me. Yeah, and I think that's an intelligent way of having some kind of discernment here. I kind of like this Euro GBP. This one looks like it was going to fall off the map. And it did, but it's so dirty. This choppy price action is crazy. I would have not predicted that this would have dropped like that. It's just too much going on, so I'm not going to watch this. Euro CHF, my two least favorite pairs. I'm trying not to be too biased here. Looks like we're stuck under some resistance right now on all the higher time frames. And so a move downward might have been, might be able to be predicted at this point. Doesn't really mean anything though. There's structure here, but it's not like, it's not strong. It's just kind of sideways. Downward sloping, but a little sideways. Not nothing that I want to mess with right now personally. I'm looking for something that's ripe for a trade. This was huge on a downward sloping trade, and it looks like there was a lot of opportunity to take this down. I'm still see if I can look at any entries that would have came here. No, it's kind of sideways right now for the past 3 or 4 days. So no, don't take that one down.
You sure? I can drive you to the office. No problem. Or I think you off a few hours.
Okay, so Euro CAD does not look like it's ready for an entry anytime soon. Daily's kind of sideways, has been since last week. Looks like we had a couple trades that were triggered to the downside. So I'm out. I probably would have been out of these two positions a long time ago, but just in case I would still be in these, just reiterating that we're out because this is very sideways, a little too sideways for comfort here. And the real way to mark that is whenever it broke the 50 EMA right here. This is a 1 hour chart. So that's a big sign. You don't want to go that direction. Euro AUD. Let me make sure I'm not. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to highlight that one. Euro AUD looks like it's coming off of a very predictable drop lower, and still somewhat moving in that direction. Um, Let me make sure here. Even the monthly bar is kind of, shaping up. We're halfway through the month. Today's the 14th. Um, it's kind of shaping up to be a downward or a reversal bar. Good looking reversal bar. After December's climb up. And so, yeah, I'm looking for it to travel downwards. I'm definitely looking for that. So, yeah, I'm going to watch this and look for an entry. Pretty much is how that's going to go. CHF JPY, it looks like monthly is lower. Last week was kind of sideways. Today is, this is kind of all over the place, man. There's these lower time frames are showing me that it might be turning around. The daily kind of shows a slight sideways to maybe upward facing. It looks like it wants to reverse or something. I don't like this. I wouldn't take this. So we're going to skip that. CAD, JPY. I've been watching this one and I've been a fan, as you guys know. CAD, JPY looks like it is pretty daggum sideways right now. But that 50 EMA is holding some kind of weight here. I still think so. I drew a trend line the other day for it to kind of, ride the wave here. But yeah, today we broke that. We broke the 50 EMA for the 4 hour chart. So again, we're out. This is a loss, but it's not a bad loss. It is a get out, reassess, wait for a better entry. Again, we're always looking for good entries. We're always looking to play with the momentum. We're always trying to move in the right direction. Very upfront about that. And yeah. So it's probably time to get out here. And even this is perfect actually. This is a great example. So sometimes you might be right for a short term and you know that. So going into this trade, I knew that we had like a short term window. And a lot of that was because of the MACD divergence here. So now that this MACD was spotted, you're seeing it roll over. You're seeing the momentum take this lower. So this is why we're out of this at break even or slightly below break even. Depends on what your timing was like. But yeah, I look to take this down now. And it's a short-term trade, and the reason why I'm doing it short-term the other direction now is because we're right here at an overextended level based on Fibonacci on the higher time frame. So we definitely want to keep that in mind and trade accordingly. So we're out on that one. But I am going to actually watch this. I think it'll be a good idea to watch it. A lot to learn from this pair. Nzd Chf. We are. Let me see here. In the daily, we're kind of positioned to go upwards. We're kind of been stuffed by a 50 EMA on the daily chart. Weekly chart is climbing for the past couple of weeks. Had a big reversal situation, and then we have some intraday that's kind of showing a rollover to the upside. Let's see here. Other than that, there's no real symbol that this is going to do anything other than trend upwards in the short term or in the long term. I'm sorry. So I'd really want to just look for an entry. Look at this. You can kind of draw this trend line right here. And yeah, you can just kind of take this up. But you wanna be smart about your entry if you're gonna trade this. We'll watch it. Not my favorite CHF cross pair, obviously. So weekly is up. Daily is headed up. Yeah, I don't know. There's no real question as to what direction we're going on this. Let's just kind of watch it. I'll kind of stalk that one and trying to see if we have an entry here. This doesn't. Okay, so we look like we're bouncing off of a bottom and wanting to go higher here. It's just not as strong. Yeah, NZD. And then JPY looks like the same type of situation, but a little further developed. Yeah, that's always interesting. So this is a daily chart. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a fib in here and go from there, man. Yeah, so I'd be aiming at the 618. Pretty straightforward. Didn't have a really strong pullback here, so I'm not super certain about putting that line there, but maybe we have a pullback and we land here. Anyways, ADCHF. Looks like we're being stopped. Looks like we came to a halt. Let's see here. I do want to watch this and kind of see if it actually ends up breaking. It slightly broke it Friday. Let's kind of see what happens here. This is going to be interesting. I've got a lot of CHF pairs that are being watched this week, so it looks like I'm wanting it to go down here. I don't know why. At a previous, it looks like entry. Couple entries, man. Damn. This is early December, late December. another late December. So yeah, if we're still holding those positions, where we might be. Um, there's plenty of meat on that bone, and none of these being touched as far as the red area. So yeah, I'll watch this again. All right, so we should be good, man. That's about it. Got done right at 30 minutes. Damn, yeah, but happy trading. Hit me up, hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're watching, and we'll go from there. Peace.